Hi everyone, welcome back to my garden. I am Cynthia in zone 10A in Orlando, Florida. And I went back to see when was the last time I did a garden tour because I know it's been a minute. And it was November, so it's been a while. I got injured back at I think it was like the end of November or end of October in my back, and I wasn't allowed per doctor's orders to garden for a while. And it was probably like about 2.5 months that I wasn't able to do anything, and the weeds just took over. I wasn't able to plant all my cool season annual like plugs and plants. And so I've gotten a late start, and then the freeze came in February and it affected more plants than I thought it did. You guys are gonna see just the garden looks completely different than what it usually looks like in March. I'm gonna probably link the March garden tour from last year so you guys can compare. All right, friends, so let me give you just a little overview of the garden. So it may not look that bad. It's just I'm just so used to seeing it so full of blooms, especially ranunculus blooms everywhere. But let's start over here. This is my cassia tree. I just took out, just cleaned it up a bit. So I need some more cleaning. I usually take out all the leaves and everything growing from the bottom and just leave everything on top to give it that tree look. I'm going to add some azaleas. These are, I believe they're Formosa. Let me look at the tag real quick. Yeah, Formosa azalea. So it's kind of like a pinkish lavender flower. None of them are blooming right now, but I want to add them around the cassia tree just so I have some blooms in spring while I'm waiting for this little guy to fill out. I also have a summerific hibiscus right here. This one always takes a while to leaf out. I don't know why, but it takes longer than my other one. This one is Perfect Storm. This is right here. This is my fire spike that I thought I lost. And then a viewer, and I thank you so much, from North Florida, I believe it was, told me to just cut it back, which I still have to cut those back because it will come back. And it did. Look, it is leafing out. Makes me so happy. I have, I think it's porterweed. I always forget the name of this plant, but I believe that's coming back also. And then this one was the one that was worrying me a lot. I'm going to try to put a picture on so you guys can see what this one looked like. But this was the grandiflora tubucina, and it is so tiny, but it is coming back. You see new growth, and I really thought I had lost this one. So I'm glad that they're coming back, but like I said, it's so tiny. Now I'm noticing all the dirty fence. I have to come back and just pressure wash all that. We used to have a raised bed in here. I don't know if you guys remembered, but the wood was kind of rotting, so my husband just took it out. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this area. I also have a hydrangea over here. Oh my goodness, I just stepped on a gladiolus. Let me show you which one it is. It is Gatsby Pink. It's going to receive more sun now that the grandiflora tubucina and the fire spike are smaller. So we'll see how it does. But it is leafing out, which is a good thing. There you go. All right, let me climb out of here because now I'm all the way in the back. Let me climb out. Okay, so then I cut my roses back and they're leafing out. I've been cutting my roses back since probably the late February. So they're all kind of in different stages. This is Abraham Darby. He already has buds, so I can't wait. Looks nice and healthy. Which this Abraham Darby is actually one of my worst roses when it comes to health. It always gets black spot. But for now, it's doing really well, so I'll take it. This is Cinco de Mayo. And then usually every spring, I put a row of ranunculus right here, and it is in full bloom by now. Mind you, when I planted these, they were struggling. They had been in their little pots for months, and it shows in their blooms. I don't know what is going on, but just look. They do not look happy. Makes me very sad, but I'm going to leave them in here, see if they bounce back, because once we start getting warmer, they'll probably fizzle away. That's okay. Over here we have the Poet's Wife, doing good, and Celestial Nights, which is a really good rose for us here. Love this one. It does really well. And then the star of this little corner is pink cashmere. Is it pink cashmere sparkling amethyst? No, I think it's just pink cashmere superbina. I think sparkling amethyst is the purple one, which is that little one right here. And I have some dusty Miller in the back. And then over here, so you guys, I think you guys remember my fire spike, which was huge. It's that little guy right there now. It was huge. It would take up this whole area, and the hummingbirds absolutely loved it. So that, I mean, has decreased tremendously, but it's bouncing back. Then over here, I had some snowbush. I had a mixture of like snowbush. I had some annuals. I had cleome. All that came out, and now I just put these two, actually four. I have two. I think they're the ridiculous coleus from Super Proven Winners. Put two over there and two over here. I love the color contrast, so that's why I like to put the different color foliage plants. Love the red contrast with the green, and then the celestial night, and then the poet's wife is yellow blooms. So I think it'll look really pretty. Just because I'm not sure what I want to put there, I'm just going to put an annual for now. I also have some delphinium. This is delphinium diamond blue. And this is my, what is this one called? Candy. I forgot the name, but it's a summerific hibiscus, and you can see it's leafing out. That little mushroom fell. I'll have to put the name. It's Candy something. Can't remember what it is. I have more Superbina here. I have Gara that's coming back. And then this, I have two spots of Black-Eyed Susan. One there and one over here where the Superbina is kind of taken over for now. Then I made a little hanging basket. I made two. Actually, no. I made one. My mom made the other one. And we have some phlox, which is blooming. We have Bacopa, which is not blooming. And then we have a geranium, which just finished blooming. So hopefully that'll fill in nicely. We made two of them with the intention of putting one on each side of the bistro, one here and one here. But after we were done, we realized the chains were different lengths. This one's very short, and then my other one, it's all the way over there in the corner, is very long. So it looked a little odd. So kind of dispersed them in different areas. This is my, I guess you could call it my newest area. This is my bistro garden area. We started this back in fall, but again, with my injury, it kind of just stood there for a while. So it's almost, well, I guess you could say it's almost done. I just have to mulch. As you can probably tell, I have to mulch everything. Haven't gotten there yet. So in the back, well, I guess I should talk about this little guy. This is jasmine. Don't remember the exact variety of it, but it has like little yellow flowers. It's full of little blooms, not blooms, buds. So hopefully it'll bloom soon now that it's getting more sun because of the fire spike not being there. It'll probably bloom better. Back here, this one is Falstaff. And then I don't know what to do with this area. So they recently fixed this fence panel, because it was like popping in towards us. So we had lost like up to where the paver is. All that was pushed, the panel was pushed in this way from their banana trees. So with the freeze, they lost probably like about 6 banana trees. So we'll see what happens. But I'm very glad that they were able to fix that. But I don't know what to put back here. I had put Mystic Spire Salvias, which is this one. And this one's doing well because it receives more sun. This one is not. So I'm going to probably pop this one out. And I had another one in this hole that I put in that garden over there, in that space over there. I'll show you in a minute. So these are delphiniums also, but honestly, the heat's picking up, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to plant them there or not. I may just start my zinnias and sunflowers and fill all this area up with that instead. I have two more roses over here, and then I have a little swooth of larkspur, delphinium, and foxgloves back here, which I'm waiting to see how they're going to do again, just because normally I plant these in December, and I planted them in February, so they didn't receive the nice cool weather that we have in December and January. Well, I guess I should say January, because sometimes in December it's still hot. But this is Florentina, Vanessa Bell. Let me see if I can remember all these names. Quietness, thank God I put the tag there. This is Moonlight in Paris. I have another delphinium here. This one is Mother of Pearl, which I don't like that. It's too early for that nonsense. Don't know what's going on there. And then we have more of a variety of the cool season annuals over here with some Superbina. And this is Supertunia Mini Vista Plum Vein. I am loving this color. I had two and I waited too long to plant them and one died and I'm stuck with this one, but I would have loved to add another one on that side behind that Superbina. So if I can find some, I'll add one there, but I love that color. And then I have some of my snapdragons. Sorry, you guys, my shadow keeps on getting in the way. Some of my snapdragons have started to bloom again. Don't know what is going on with the ranunculus. Ugh, so sad. But it is what it is. So that's this little area. Once the roses start blooming, I think it'll look really pretty. So let me turn you guys around so I can show you over here. This is, I believe it's bridal wreaths by Rhea. So cute little dainty blooms. And I have one Gallardia, I think it's called Gallardia bloom here. And I have another pot of them here. Another little bloom. My dahlias came back. So dahlias are usually annuals for me, I'm not going to lie. But sometimes I will take the tubers out and I will put them in pots. And sometimes they will come back. So I have this one here. Let me show you my other one. This one's looking really good. This one is HS Date. That one looks really good. So I'm very glad I put those tubers in. So what I do is I'll put the tubers in here and kind of just leave them be. I don't really water them or anything. And then in spring, I'll start watering them just a bit and then see if they come back. And they have. I mean, they're doing really well. So I'm very glad. Just need to go and plant these out. This is my deck area. I guess I never really talk about this area. I have lots of potted roses in this area. I have a little lime hydrangea that is leafing out. This is orchid something. Can't remember the name of this one, and I know I put the tag in there, but it is lost. And I have some Dusty Miller, and I have this little raised bed over here with 4 roses and some alyssum and some supertunias, but they're being affected by something. I don't know what. I think I'm just going to take this one out. That one does not look good. And I don't want it like infecting everything else. I don't really spray. I guess I should probably mention that since I haven't done garden tour video in a while. I try to garden as organically as I can, so I rarely spray for any bugs or anything, but see, you can see something's eating this one up. So I will either probably cut them back, let them start over. See, I don't want it infecting this one. Or I'll take it out. We'll see. All right, so I came on this side just so I could show you Star of the Nile. I have 4 roses in here. I believe it's Star of the Nile here, Jubilee Celebration, which is little right here. Boscobel just finished blooming. I had like 2 blooms. Has some buds. And then this one, I think it's Pink Power Puff is what it is. Then in these 2 pots, I have Savannah and I have Olivia, which I'm debating whether to plant Olivia or Savannah in the like gated area over there by the arch. We'll see. And this is Quicksilver, full of blooms. Got 1 bloom coming right there. And let's take a walk this way so I can finish this area. All right, so I have a Dombea here, which bloomed very beautifully, and I like that the leaves change colors during fall. Don't see that too much here in Florida. I have my oregano, which has taken over. This is Supertunia Mini Vista Yellow, which is doing really, really well. In the back, I have 2 dahlias that are just kind of like taking a little break from blooming. That stick right there is a plumeria, which is leafing out. I don't know if you can see the little leaves. And then we have some Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. I transplanted 2 of the sparkling amethyst superbinas from my front garden because in the front I have more shade and they weren't doing well. They were struggling. So hopefully they will bounce back soon. These are the only ranunculus that are doing great. And these I had planted way back when because it was a raised bed. I figured, oh, let me just plant some because, you know, I had to come out here and do something. So I planted these and look how beautiful they are. But see, these were out here during the cold. So I don't know if it's the lack of cold weather that affected the other ranunculus. We'll see. And in the back are some snapdragons, which are still waking up. This super tunia isn't looking too beautiful. I think I may cut that back and hopefully maybe it'll start growing back from the middle. I hate when super tunias do that. Oh, drives me nuts. They don't always, but sometimes they do. All right, so this is my lantana that's coming back. The pot broke, so I need to plant this in. All the lantana were struggling during the freeze, but they bounced back. This is my rosemary that can barely get a chance to grow because I use it so much. Then we have this area. See, I need to mulch. I need to mulch all this. All this was full of weeds, though. It has been so difficult to control the weeds, and I was really hopeful that the freeze would just kill them all off, but it didn't. So let me back up this way just so I avoid my shadow. Actually, let me turn around over here slowly, and I will show you the one plant that I think did get affected and is possibly dead from the freeze. It makes me so sad because it would fill this area up with beautiful blooms, and this is the Queen Wreaths vine, also known as sandpaper vine. Usually it has a ton of purple blooms, usually around June, but it'll bloom off and on. I don't think this is alive at all. There is no green to be found anywhere. So that's going to be a pain to take out. I have our other hanging basket. It's the same flowers. The phlox, the geranium here, and the bacopa right here, which has a little bit of blooms. All right, so if we look out this way, actually, let me zoom out a little bit. I have a honeymoon rose on this side, and I have another one right here. This one receives more sun, so as you can see, it has more growth. I have Loropetalum. I believe this is the red chocolate variety. It's starting to bloom a little bit, one on each side. And then back here, I have Bathsheba, and I have, oh, there's a bud. Look how beautiful, the Impressionist from Heirloom Roses. So this one is supposed to be growing on an arch this way, but I'm just kind of training both Honeymoon and the Impressionist to go either which way they want to go. As long as they bloom, I don't care. All right, so on either side over here, sorry, let me back it up. I have Alyssum and Alyssum. So generally in this area, along the fence are going to be roses on both sides. And like I said, these were the last roses I cut back, so they've not really leafed out as much. This is the salvia that I told you guys that I brought from the other area. And I have little Rudbeckia plugs that I planted yesterday. I don't know if these are going to make it. These were root bound, I mean extremely root bound, so we'll see how they do. I put in some delphinium over here with Senorita Rosalita Cleome from Proven Winners over here, and another little Rudbeckia. They're all kind of sprinkled around in the front border. And then I always get this name wrong. I think it's Society Garlic, also sprinkled within the roses. I feel like that has really helped avoid nematodes for me. So you'll see that around everywhere. This is a crepe myrtle, raspberry bellini that is leafing out. More roses. This is Colette that is starting, that I replaced. I had the, oh goodness, the gardener's, it was a white rose, white here in Florida, pink up north, I think, that would grow here. It was beautiful, but the problem was every single time it bloomed, would rain, the blooms would shatter. I just received a phone call. That's never happened to me before while I'm doing a video, so I apologize if you hear the ringing. I just blocked the call. This is Purple Prince. That one's older. That one's getting ready to bloom. I see that I have a little bloom over here from Colette. Oh, here's Becky. Hi, Becky. That's my mom's dog. I think you guys have seen pictures of him because he is always out here with me in the garden. So that'll be the first bloom for me to see from Colette. So that'll be cute. And then in this area, I'm still debating whether I'm going to plant this or if I'm just going to direct sow zinnia seeds over here. So I have these here, just kind of feeling it out and see what I want to do. But I would put 2 Super Tunia bubblegum vistas on either side. Candy tuft. I've never grown that before. So that'll be interesting. I've seen a lot of my friends grow them from seed, but I saw them at Lowe's and I was like, you know what? It's too late probably to grow them from seed. Let me just buy the plant. And then I love meteor shower verbena. So I got 2 of those, possibly putting those there. This is my crepe myrtle, and we'll see how tall it gets. I'm hoping it'll stay around this size. It's supposed to be a dwarf, so we'll see. This is my, what I call my tunnel garden, which honestly looks horrible. And as you can see, I stopped weeding right there. So I still have all that to weed. The only thing that stayed, I believe these are viburnums. They're like dwarf viburnums. And then my coral honeysuckle vine, which is looking very good. I had a sky vine here last year, but it completely took over this area, so I had to take that out, and I started over with another honeysuckle vine. So it's slowly climbing up. The one I think that got most affected here was the Power Puff, my dwarf Power Puff plants. It's odd because I think like all the bottom part survived, but the top part just, oof, that is done. So I need to come back and take all these pieces off and just leave the bottom part. And that's pretty much it here. Oh, I do have this one grass. This is called, so I have a tag back here. Let me check. This is called Everillo? I think it's Everillo. I love the color. See, I'm telling you, I love the chartreusey color. I have another one in a pot, so I might add it over here on this side. But I have to see because I need to add some color. You guys know I love my color, so I need to add something here. I had coleus before, which looked very beautiful, so we'll see. So as you can see, I mean, gosh, if you go back to the March Garden tour of 2025, just completely different, completely different. So these are all more roses. I have a sweet drift here, another Abraham Darby. I'm trialing this one here. This is Lady of Shalott. We'll see if she likes that area. I kept her in the pot just in case I have to move her. In the front, I have Lantana. Society garlic, like I said, you can see it everywhere. Santa Barbara sage back here. Here, that's been with me for a while. They do really well in the summer. Just noticed I pruned this Sweet Mademoiselle back, and I completely forgot to take out that stem that is dead. So I need to come back and do that. This plumbago took a hit during the freeze. My other one, which is right over here, did not. This one looks great. And it's about to bloom also, so hopefully the other one, let me back it up a little bit. Hopefully this one over here will catch up once we start warming up. They like the heat. So Lantana, I believe that's Coreopsis. And I have just planted this lantana here. They're all the same one, so you guys can see what the blooms look like. They're all proven winners. It's the luscious variety. I can't remember the other name, but I'll try to put it on the screen if I remember. You're going to see alfalfa everywhere. Excuse me. I add this to my roses once I cut them back, and then I'll add rose tone, and then I'll start my whole little fertilizing routine. I also add cow manure. This is James Galway. I just cut this guy back also. So hopefully within a month or so, it takes usually about 6 to 8 weeks, depending on our heat. It really depends on the heat. We'll see some blooms. Here's a Society garlic blooms. They're very cute. And then this salvia, I placed that pot there, I think back in December. Now I don't know what to do because it has rooted in, but see, it's still in the pot. So I'm afraid if I take it out of the pot, I don't know if I plant it in, will it survive or will it kind of go into shock and then maybe it'll survive? I don't know. We'll see. I'm still debating what to do with that area. But I know it looks a little bare, but once things start heating up, all this lantana will bloom and it'll look beautiful. So it's all about patience this year. Just, I guess, taking it a little slow. Hopefully by Easter, though, I'll have some blooms, at least in this area. So I guess that's it, my friends. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you in the next video.